Hi, this video is for your Week 5 Noteflight meter assignment. There's a PDF that gives you all the directions that you need that's linked in Blackboard, so make sure you come back to this just to make sure you've done everything you need to for your assignment. But let's go ahead and start where we'll go over to Noteflight. I've already logged into my account. You'll need to log into your account as well. And then click New Score. And then it's going to come up and ask you sharing options. Make sure you select shared because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see your file when you submit it in Blackboard. And then it's going to come up with the default score like it normally does. Now for this assignment we're actually only going to need one staff line. So I'm going to click on the bottom line. You see it's highlighted in orange. I'm going to come up to staff and click remove staff. That's just going to make it a little bit easier for us. Now at this time it's also a good idea to put your name where it says composer, and one of the weird things with making a video, I can't actually edit the composer. And then also click save, just so you know you've saved a copy of it. Now for your assignment, we need to enter all of our notes on the same line or the same space. I'm just going to go ahead and enter my notes on the second line on the staff for right now. So we're just going to do this like we did in our last assignment, where you get a click and you look for the round note head is going to tell you where you're going. So you're looking for everything to be on the same line. That means that the pitch, or how high or how low the note is going to be the same. So I'm going ahead and entering notes, and actually let's keep that one an eighth note, and we'll make that a quarter note. So I have one measure with 4 counts in it. I'm going to go ahead and enter another measure. I'm going to pause the video while I do that, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I have 2 measures of 4/4 time. There's 4 counts in each measure. There's no rests. All my lines are, or all my notes are on the same line. So the next thing I need to do is to switch time signatures. So I'm just going to click right in the middle of the measure to select the next measure, and then I'm going to come up to staff and change time signature. Now if you look at the PDF file, it tells me the next time signature that I need to use, and actually you can use these in any order. I'm just going to go in order so I don't forget one, is 6/8. So I'll come back to Noteflight. That means I need to have a 6 on the top where it says beats per measure, and then beat value is 8, so that tells me that the 8th note gets 1 count. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you notice that it put the new time signature at the beginning of this measure. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep entering my notes on the same line, but one of the common rhythms we see in 6/8 time is a dotted quarter note that gets 3 counts. So to do that, you see I selected the quarter note and the dot, and then that gave me the dotted quarter note. Now I could go ahead and I could put 2 of those in the measure. There were 3 counts each, so that would add up to 6 counts. Okay, so then if I've finished my 6/8 measures, which I really haven't, but I'm going to go ahead and go on, I'm going to come and click over on the next measure. I'm going to do the same thing, change time signature. The PDF document tells me that I need to use 2/2 next, so let's change that top number, beats per measure, to 2, and then the beat value to 2. So that tells me now that the half note gets 1 beat. We'll click OK, and I can go ahead and enter notes in 2/2 time. You see I got to the end of the measure and then a new measure popped up. So let's see, let's go ahead and I'll do some quarter notes right now that really get half a beat, since the half note gets 1 beat, so the quarter notes get half of that. And then we'll do some eighth notes, and you see another measure popped up. So now I'm going to do the same thing. This is going to be the 4th time signature that I'm going to use. And so I'm going to do the same thing where I come up to staff, change time signature, but now this time is plus, you should pick one other time signature. Now for the beat value, they're all divisible by 2, that they only give you the options for, 2 would be a half note, 4 would be a quarter note gets 1 beat, 8 would be the 8th note gets a beat, 16 would be the 16th note gets 1 beat. I'm just going to go ahead and pick 4. But for beats per measure, the sky is kind of the limit. You could go up and you could have 21 beats per measure. Now you're going to end up with a huge long measure because you're going to need the equivalent of 4 quarter note, or of 21 quarter notes in 24/4 time. But that's okay. So you can set the top number to whatever you would like. I think I'm just going to go 5 right here. So you don't need to watch me fill in the measure. I will go ahead and link this file in Blackboard so you can see what I came up with. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I save my file. And then I'm going to come over to sharing, make sure it's set so anyone can view this score. And then I'm going to come down and copy my link and go back to Blackboard and paste that in Blackboard. If you have any questions about this assignment, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Otherwise, have fun coming up with different rhythms.